Denise here. Good to see that you're back again for another one of my tutorials. Today we're going to be making another beautiful hook-only design by cclooms_23. It's called Feather Wings. And you've already seen some gorgeous other designs of CC on my channel, and I bet more will be coming in the future since she's dropping one design after another at the moment. Now CC has her own YouTube channel too, where she also posts tutorials she herself made, so please give her a follow over there. You'll find the link and also the one to her Instagram in the box below, of course. Now this design is really easy and fun to make, but please let me know what you think about it by dropping a comment below. It's always easy for me to say something is easy or hard, but it really depends on the person, right? And if the explanation is sufficient, I guess. So I'd love to hear from you how you feel about the difficulty of this one. Do you really feel that it's easy too? Okay, enough flapping my wings. Let's grab some stuff and let's get looming. To make this bracelet we will need a hook, of course, and as always with hook only designs I always advise you to use a double-ended hook because we're going to be doing a lot of sliding and turning again in this design, and otherwise, as I've shown you in other tutorials, you just need to get really creative with turning everything around on your hook, okay? We're going to need a clip for closing purposes, of course, and to keep our cap band in check I will be using my stitchy friend for that again, and we'll need some bands. I will be using 4 colors for this bracelet in the same color scheme as this one over here. So I have regular opaque bands, some are out of my pastel refill kit and some are just regular opaques. And yeah, as always, you can use whatever colors you want to, of course. I will always let you know what the bands we use correspond to in the design, okay? And after we made a little start on our bracelet, I will be laying out the pattern for you again too, so you can match your colors up with that. And put up the thumbnails, right? Remember, you can always pause the video to catch up, rewind to watch something again, and of course you can always speed me up if I'm going too slow for you. I will be putting the timestamps in my video again as well, so click the chapters below to jump to certain part in the tutorial if you need it. Okay, let's go, 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 go! Okay, so let's get a little piece started here. This bracelet is what's called an 8-loop setup. So that means that at the start of each section, we're going to have 8 loops on our hook, and all in our base color this time. And the base color for me in this bracelet is black, as you can see over here. It's running throughout the bracelet, okay? So I'm sticking to black. And the first thing that we're going to do is make a cap band. And to make the cap band, you simply place the band on your hook, give it a twist and put the other end on your hook, creating your figure 8 shape. And as you know by now, I am keeping mine in check with my little stitch marker over here. I always put a clip on my cap band just to keep it in check. There we go. And now you're going to grab some more bands in your base color. We're going to make our 8-loop setup now. So that means that we're going to fishtail on 4 bands, loops on one side and 4 loops on the other side. Okay, and to do that you're going to pull your base color band, the first one, under both loops of the cap band, and before closing it up you're going to pick up the loop of the cap band that's farthest away from your hook, loop number 1. Then you close it up there. So now we already have 2 loops for one side, because as I've explained in earlier tutorials, the first band you pull through your cap band, the back side of it always counts as the first loop for the other side. Okay, so we have 2 loops now, and we want to have 4 on one side and 4 on the other. So we're going to fishtail on 2 more bands. So that means you're going to pull the next band under the first 2 loops on your hook, pick up loop number 1 and close it up. That gives us 3. Doing that one more time, pull it under the first 2 loops, pick up loop number 1 and close it up. So that gives us our first 4 loops on one side. Now we're going to slide and turn and do the same thing on the other side. But always, before you start adding bands on that side, you're going to have to pick up the side of the cap band that you didn't work with yet. So that's down here. So you're going to grab your first loop, take your hook out carefully, pick up the other end of the cap band that's down here and close it up. So we already have 2 loops to start with, so we only have to add 2 more bands to our hook. So we're going to fishtail again, so you pull it under the first 2 loops on your hook, pick up loop number 1 and close it up. Do that one more time. Pick pull it under the first 2 loops, pick up loop number 1 and close it up. So we have our 8 loop setup. Now the next color that you're going to have to choose is that teal color that you see here. And we'll be calling that color number 2, okay, because the first one was our base color, of course. So grab a color number 2 band and you're going to pull that band under the first 7 loops on your hook. Okay, so almost all the way to the end. We're going to come up in this gap over here. Okay, so almost all the way to the other end. And you're going to pick up loop number 6 and loop number 3. And loop number 1. So it matches the other side here. Close it up. And you want loop number 1 to sit on the outside. So you're going to rearrange it, move it over. There, so it sits on the outside. Okay. Now you're going to have to choose your third color. And that is that orange that you see here. Making that arch shape here. So I'm sticking to orange. Now this band is a tricky band because it will be very loose throughout creation of this bracelet, okay? So keep an eye on that. What we're going to do is pull it under the first 5 loops. And then we're going to pick up all 5 of these loops. Don't let it go. And close it up. Now as you see, that is a tricky band because it has it's very loose. If I pull on this, it just comes off, you see? So let me show you that again. You're going to pull it under the first 5 loops, pick up all 5 of these loops, and we want to make sure I always pull on it a little bit so that the band falls below our hook. Okay, close it up, fiddle with it a little bit, make sure that you keep your finger here on the back side of it, make sure that it sits below your hook. Rearrange band number 1 to the outside again, so it only has the middle 4 captured. Again, if I pull on it here, it comes out. Okay, so it's a very loose band, but the next bands that we're going to add will fix that issue on one side, at least for now. Okay, now the next color that you're going to choose, your last color, color number 4, are these banana yellow bands that I have here. See? They almost look like eyes to me. Okay, we're grabbing our next band and you're going to pull that under the first 4 loops. Now keep an eye on that tricky band, right? It is still very loose, so you're going to pull the next band under the first 4 loops. Make sure not to drag that band with you, the loose one. Okay, see? Ooh, it wants to come. So you're going to come up in the middle and you're going to pick up loop number 2 and loop number 1. So that is that stubborn tricky band and loop number 1. Close it up. Make sure that you keep this one in check over here too, that it doesn't go under. Okay. And then you're going to rearrange band number 1 to the outside again, like that. Okay. The next bands that you're going to use are your base color. You're going to pull that under the first 4 loops. And you're only going to pick up all the loops of color number 4. So the last band that we pulled through. So that's loop number 4, 2, and then we close it up like so. Grab another one of your base colored bands and pull that one under the first 3 loops. Always keep an eye on this sneaky band over here. So pull it under the first 3 loops. Only pick up loop number 1 and close it up. And as you can see, we have 4 loops here in our base color on this side, which is already 1/2 of our 8 loop setup for the next section, right? So now we're going to have to slide and turn and do the same thing on the other side, but keep an eye on this band over here, because if we slide and turn, it will become undone, okay? So be careful, keep a hand on it or a finger like that. And the next band that we're going to add on this side, we already have our color number 2 and 3 bands here, is our color number 4 band. You're going to pull that under the first 4 loops. And before closing it up, you're going to pick up loop number 2, which fixes that band in place, and loop number 1. Close it up. Rearrange, make sure that loop number 1 sits on the outside like that. Then you're going to grab a base colored band and we're going to work up to our 8 loop setup now on this side as well. So pull that band under the first 4 loops. Only pick up color number 4, so that's loop number 4 and loop number 2. Close it up, don't pick up loop number 1. Okay, only 4 and 2. Then grab another base colored band, pull it under the first 3 loops. And now we're picking up loop number 1 again. Close it up. There we go. And now we're back to our 8 loop setup. See? Now that we've made a little start on our bracelet and we're back at the start of a new section, I'm going to lay out the pattern for you and put some thumbnails up, okay? Okay, here we go. I'm kind of wondering lately, guys, if you feel like me laying out the pattern and putting up the thumbnails are of added value to you to make it easier for you. Do you feel like it is necessary and it's handy for you or not? Please drop a comment below and let me know if I should keep doing this or maybe just put thumbnails up. I don't know. I would like to hear from you. Okay, the pattern. So once we have our 8 loops set up, we are going to grab our color number 2, our color number 1, and then we are going to work on one side of the bracelet at a time, right? Creating the rest of it. Doesn't feel too hard, right? It's a really nice short pattern, but it looks so nice here. I really love these black stripes here. I don't know, really cute. Now, let me put thumbnails up for you and let's get back to our bracelet. So we're going to grab our color number 2 band first, as you can see up there. And you're going to pull that band under the first 7 loops on your hook. So all the way almost to the end. And you're going to pick up loop number 6. And loop number 3 and loop number 1. And close it up. Make sure that loop number 1 sits on the outside, that's your border band. And now we're going to grab our color number 3 band, our sneaky band. And you're going to pull that band under the first 5 loops. Pick up all 5 loops. Pull on that band a bit and wiggle with it a little bit to make sure that it falls under your hook when you close it up. Because that's that loose band, right? There. Move loop number 1 to the outside again. And now you're going to grab your last color, your color number 4. And you're going to pull that band under the first 4 loops, so come up in the middle, keep an eye on sneaky. And you're going to pick up loop number 2, which is the sneaky band, and loop number 1. And then you're going to close it up. And you want to make sure that loop number 1 sits on the outside again. And now we can add our 2 base colored bands, as you can see up there. The first one gets pulled under the first 4 loops. And you're only going to pick up that previous loop, so that color number 4. Loop number 4 and loop number 2, that is. Don't pick up loop number 1 here, close it up. Your next base colored band, the last one on this side, is going to be pulled under the first 3 loops. Pick up loop number 1 and close it up. Okay, so we have one half of our 8 loop setup done on this side already. Keep an eye on Mr. Sneaky over here. We're going to slide and turn and do the same thing on the other side. You have to add your color number 4 band on this side, of course. Pull it under the first 4 loops. Pick up loop number 2 and loop number 1, close it up. Make sure that loop number 1 sits on the outside. And now we can add our 2 base colored bands. The first one gets pulled under the first 4 loops. And you're only going to pick up the previous band. So loop number 4, loop number 2, and close it up. Don't pick up loop number 1. Close it up. Your next base colored band gets pulled under the first 3 loops. And you're going to pick up loop number 1 in this case and close it up. Okay, and back to our 8 loop setup. So we're going to grab our color number 2 band again. You're going to pull that under the first 7 loops, almost all the way to the end. You're going to pick up loop number 6. loop number 3, and loop number 1, and close it up. Make sure that loop number 1 sits on the outside, like that. And then we're going to pick up our sneaky band again. And you're going to pull that under the first 5 loops. Excuse me. Under the first 5 loops. Pick up all 5 of these loops. Wiggle with that band a little bit so it falls under your hook. Close it up. Move loop number 1 to the outside. Keep an eye on sneaky. Grab your last color. Pull it under the first 4 loops. Pick up loop number 2 and loop number 1 and close it up. Stay here, you. And move loop number 1 to the outside. Grab your base colored band. Pull it under the first 4 loops. Only pick up the previous band. So all the loops of your color number 4. Don't pick up loop number 1, just close it up. Your next base colored band gets pulled under the first 3 loops. And you're picking up loop number 1 in this case and close it up. Now we're going to slide and turn again. Works up pretty fast, right? It's just that this band is sneaky, but we're grabbing it. Grab your color number 4 band, pull it under the first 4 loops, pick up loop number 2, loop number 1, close it up, move loop number 1 to the outside, grab your base colored band, pull it under the first 4 loops, pick up loop number 4 and 2, don't pick up loop number 1, close it up. Your last base colored band for this side, pull it under the first 3 loops and pick up loop number 1 in this case and close it up, and we are back to our 8 loop setup. Okay, now I think you got it from here, but if you need more help and if you want to finish your bracelet together, you can go back to the timestamp that says pattern repeat and we can do that. But if you're ready to close up your bracelet and you're at the start of your last section, stay hanging here and I'll show you the best way to close it up. Okay, so once your bracelet is long enough and you're back at the start of a new section of your last section, we're going to continue as usual at first. So we're going to grab our color number 2 band and we're going to pull it under the first 7 loops on our hook. And we're going to pick up loop number 6 and loop number 3 and loop number 1, close it up. Move loop number 1 to the outside. Now we're going to grab our color number 3 band. Excuse me, I'm still fighting off the cold. Color number 3 band, the sneaky one, and you're going to pull that under the first 5 loops on your hook. Pick up all 5 loops. Wiggle with it a little bit, make sure that it sits under your hook. There. Move loop 1 to the outside. Like that. Now we're going to pick up our color number 4 and you're going to add that on this side as usual. So you're going to pull it under the first 4 loops and you're going to pick up loop number 2 and loop number 1. Move loop number 1 to the outside. Keep an eye on sneaky over here. And here is where it gets a little bit different. Now we're going to grab our base colored band. And we're going to pull that under the first 4 loops. Like that. And we're just going to close it up. Okay. Now we're going to slide and turn and do the same thing on the other side. So grab your color number 4 to add it as usual on this side. Pull it under the first 4 loops. Pick up loop number 2. Loop number 1, close it up, move loop number 1 to the outside, like that, grab the base colored band, pull it under the first 4 loops, and just close it up, like that. And now finally you're going to pull one base colored band through everything on your hook, all 4 loops, and just close it up. That's it. This is where you can put your clip on. And that's it. The very pretty, and I think that it's pretty easy, Feather Wings by cclooms_23. Well, that was it for today, my Looney Loomers. Please let me know how you felt about the difficulty level of this bracelet. I hope it wasn't too hard for you all and you could just follow along, but I really like to hear from you so I know what I have to look for in future designs that we want to make, okay? So drop a comment below. I'm always open to feedback. Now, when you have made this bracelet and you post it somewhere, please don't forget to tag me and Cici in the pictures with the hashtags you see on your screen right now, so me and her can see them too. And please give my friend a follow on her YouTube and Insta as well, of course. All the links and tags and everything will be in the description box below as usual. Now please like this video and subscribe to my channel with the button you see right here, so I know you want me to keep making tutorials for you. And come find me on Instagram too for more of my content and creations. You'll find the link to that in the description box below as well, of course. I often give sneak peeks of upcoming designs, tutorials and designers over there, so come check it out. And if you have any questions or comments, or if you have made a design of your own you want me to make a tutorial for, please feel free to message me here on Messenger, on Instagram, anywhere you can find me. Feel free to always send me a private message if you want to. Don't be shy, don't worry, you're always welcome with me, okay? Stay tuned, turn on your notifications so you don't miss more of my content and tutorials. Stay colorful, stay creative, and most of all, stay loony. That's all, folks.